loves, Celeste the Silver Cord here, bringing you your Halloween special, a reading just for your sign, just to see where you guys are at with this turn of the wheel. You know, Samhain's coming up. It's time for honoring the ancestors. And yeah, I've been saying in the videos too that, you know, Samhain is the time to honor the ancestors. It's about not just honoring your way back ancestors, but those who also died recently. The traditions used to be that you would dress up either as someone who passed, an ancestor, or you would dress up as something scary to scare away evil spirits. So you're either dressed to be recognized by the spirits, or you dress to yeah, you either dress so they could recognize you and find you and spend the evening with you, or you dressed as something scary to scare away evil spirits. But it was all about honoring the dead. So I definitely have been putting that out there for you guys, just for some Halloween advice. Just going to do the spreads. I'm going to pull them out. I've been trying to explain a little bit more about what I'm doing. So I do the dark mirror too, just to get the dark aspects, the shadow aspects that we're working with. I do the earth magic of how we can ground and center those dark aspects. And then I keep doing this to myself with the boxes. I need a better system here. Anyway, yeah, notice I'm back in a different location again, but c'est la vie is what it is. So what I do is, for those of you who don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to do 3 spreads with 3 different decks, and it's going to be it'll be 3D, 4D, 5D. So it'll be kind of, you know, the energies that are playing on all the different levels right now. So whatever levels that you're working at, it'll be the bottom level, what's going on in between, and then the top level, what's going on overall energy-wise. Makes sense? I hope it does, because that's the best way I got to explain it right now. Also, if you're interested in readings and everything else like that, I'll be putting them in the descriptions. Just pop on down there and you shall see. All right, I know I didn't doll up today. I couldn't do it. But I plan on going fishing later, so I just wanted to dress. So today I'm going to have, y'all figure out pretty quickly, I have no particular fashion style. I have a couple different styles. So this is your Halloween reading. This is going to be the energies transitioning from now into November for you guys. Remember, the planets are really at a standstill right now. They're super slow motion, but they are going to start getting moving here soon. The reason, you know, right after the winter solstice, man, things are going to start really chugging along until the next retrograding system comes in. I don't really count Mercury into the retrograding cycles. I don't count this Mercury retrograde as part of the other retrograding cycle. Just because it does it 3 times a year, guys. You guys should really be used to it. And I always say, if you're having a struggle during a retrograde, then it's just highlighting areas you're not acknowledging that you need to work on. Also, in each arc, it is like the arc of a story, and then there's the key point in the middle there. Oh my God, excuse me. I know it's already probably cold up there, but there is stuff blooming all over down here. It's the second flower season, second harvest for the lower part of the United States. All right. I'll get you guys a magic card too. say the overall energies here are looking pretty good. Damn sure better than most of the other ones. Okay. All right, Leos, here we go. So we got the Nine of Swords going on here. So you're still really in kind of a retrospective, or you're moving away from this retrospective area where you're kind of stuck in those toxic thought patterns, which does happen. We end up doing a lot of shadow work, and it does get us stuck kind of winding in a toxic thought pattern, especially with things that are within our 3D. Because remember, this is the bottom line. This was really playing on around you. So when we start realizing where we're mirroring or projecting, that's where we start working on ourselves. Well, that's when it starts highlighting in other people where you're working on yourself. So you're moving out of this energy. You're definitely finding stability and harmony at this point with your surroundings. That's what you're coming into, or that's the energy that we're moving into, man. Major transformations. This is the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Passions. This is, you see, she's like breaching the surface of who she really is and really being inspired by that right now. Six of Cups, assigning positive meanings to the past, looking back, but, realizing that it is still time to move forward and balancing out the emotions of what's trauma and what's a lesson, and figuring out ways to break those toxic patterns. On the 40 connection levels, I got the Seven of Wands, still feeling a little bit defensive there, right? Still kind of, I call this a drama queen card, still a bit of, the universe is not punishing you. Your gifts are not a prison. You need to learn how to take control of these energies, guys. If you're an empath, and I've been saying that too. If you're an empath, it's not about forcing and holding the line and holding your shields. That's why you're drained. That's why you feel oppressed by it, because you're focusing on what's attacking you all the time. All you have to do is focus on your inner light, radiate it out, focus it in, radiate it out, and you just let it ripple out, and it'll do the work for you. You don't need to be doing all this work. If you're an empath and you're completely uncontrolled of the fact that you're absorbing other people's emotions, you need to recognize the fact that you are actually an energy vampire. Nobody's asking you to absorb their emotions for them. You're doing that on your own. You need to figure out how you yourself can radiate enough of your own energy and vibrate it out and let it ripple out and push those energies out for you. Stop trying to force them out, because it's just focusing them in on you, and that's why you feel like you're being crushed, okay? King of Pentacles here. So this is definitely the wake-up call for you guys to really seize control over your own reality. If you accept the fact that you are in control of your reality, then it's time. If you accept the fact that energy is controllable, then it's time for you to start controlling your own energy to affect, not just the 40. You got to get control of it there and then bring it down into the 3D with you, which is 3D is pretty balanced, so I don't understand why you're still struggling so hard. Well, I know it's really hard to get rid of some of those things, but you are being pulled in the proper direction. They usually call these animals, it's I want to say fate and fortune. It's like fate is in there, fate and destiny, more or less, right? And, you're in charge of which way the cart goes. Bulls are just big, dumb animals pulling the cart. They're not in charge of where you're going. You are in charge of where you're going. Whenever you're riding with animals, you can steer horses off a cliff. People used to do it all the time. You can run an animal off a cliff if you wanted to. They will do what's told. You're in control of where you're going. So it's kind of like you're being pulled by destiny, but you choose what direction you go. You can follow, you can continue to use these energies to your benefit to pull you towards a destiny that you're going for, or you can choose to make it difficult. You can choose what path you take. That's big in the pagan communities. Destiny is set, but the path to get there is your own. You're in control of what directions you want to take and how long the trip you want to make it, how dramatic you want to make it. Seven of Swords, futility. You can choose to take the dramatic path. You can choose to go about, worrying about and wasting your 40 connective energy to focus on the political games and conspiracy theories and all that nightmare things, and, continue to get in arguments with people and trying to force people to turn over to the light or whatever it is you're trying to do. And you're trying to explain these energies to other people, and it's futile. It's futile. People will either understand you or they won't. No, if you want to argue with them, that is completely your choice to engage in that energy at that point. You want to be upset about the fact that people don't see things the way you do, that is your choice to be upset about those energies at that point. You got to learn what connections you really want to bother with and which ones you don't. All right. I see on the 5D levels, excuse me, man. You are getting glimpses of that energy and where it is taking you, right? So on your highest perspective, your highest self is telling you, you see it. We've walked you all the way to the edge. Now look, don't you see it, right? You do. Keep telling yourself you don't, but you do. You see exactly what you need to move on from, what's worth taking with you and what's not. Your Leo card right in the middle heart of your spread, right? You are the strength card, all right? But the problem with being strong is you end up finding yourself in situations where you're like, you prove your love by how much you can suffer, what I can take this. That's not really love, though, I still never understood what she's quite doing with this lion in the picture. You're strong enough to tame the lion, though. Definitely, as a fire sign, you're strong enough to tame that lion. You're strong enough to tame your own mind. And I know it's hard because I say it's the Leo side of me that does this, because I'm a Leo rising. It's you want to untangle the string. Like, some people are just, you don't understand why they are the way they are, and you just want to untangle those necklaces. You're like, why is it, I just want it to just, if I could just straighten it out and just figure out the timeline and just figure out what happened here and just figure out what happened there. And then maybe I can figure out how to understand it. And then maybe we can, no, stop. You're strong enough to stop your monkey mind from doing that. Okay. All right, now, y'all have pulled the Drama Queen card now twice. On multiple levels, at some points, you are just being, you're choosing to be dramatic. You're choosing the drama. It's as dramatic as you want to make it. It really depends on how bored you are right now. I think that's more or less your problem. What? You are bored, so you're creating drama and then playing Drama Queen. I don't care if I lose some viewers for this, guys. I don't come here to sugarcoat shit for y'all. I came to help you find your shadow work and your aspects. Leos, I love you to death, but you do enjoy being the center of attention. And sometimes if you're not getting the attention you want, you will create some drama to get it. And then you get all crybaby about all the swords. Everybody's stabbing me in the back. No, everybody's trying to just, you made a scene and asked for opinions, and then you get mad when everybody gives you their opinions. So time to suck it up and be a big kid about it. All right. It's time to, the King of Wands, he's a visionary. He's an entrepreneur. He uses you want to be the center of attention. This ain't the way to get the center of attention. This is terrible, terrible attention to get. And a lot of us do have that programming from when we were little. What the only attention we got was when we were being bad. And that's where that programming comes. It's time to break it. And it's time to focus your energy on building your own empires, guys, on controlling your own energies, on transcending that need for drama and turning it into some sort of passionate hobby or enterprise or something in your life. Even if it's just a hobby and you're into painting. All right, well, start making paintings to decorate your home and stuff like that. Start focusing your energy in a creative, passionate way, rather than allowing your passions to be dictated by the drama that's going on around you. We all have dramatic people around us. It's your choice. It's your choice to engage in it. But now, do you dare sleep perchance to dream? Is life so bad that you would rather sleep it away in a dream than actually face it? Or is it time for you to call on the storm? If you're bored, it's time to call on the storm. It's time to call on your passions. It's time to change the narrative. It's time to let go of the drama, y'all. I just picked up a lot of drama from y'all. And I'm getting a lot of it might be from family too, because you also got the generations, ancestors cards. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is programming. It's stuff that, I don't know if y'all see, I have a large Italian family, so you see the cycles in your families, you know what I'm saying? You can see, you know that every year, so, Uncle so-and-so is going to say something that's going to piss off Auntie such and such, and, and then Nana's going to get involved, and then, it's the same things every year. It's the same people irritating the same people, causing the same drama cycles year after year after year. You're here to break that. Is your choice to engage in these things, y'all. The holidays are coming up, so I'm getting a lot of this. It's your choice to engage in the drama. If you understand the cycle and patterning of your family, then understand too that you picked up some of that programming. Just try to recognize where you do it in your own life, where you engage in it with them, and how you're perpetuating that cycle, especially to children. So that's it. That's the whole point of being here. That's honoring. You want to honor your ancestors, help them clear some of that toxic drama. Don't fault them for who they were, for the times that they were in. Okay. Everybody's family picked up some crap, programming from crap times in human history. All right. We are in a different place now. And if we want to shift the whole world into the new world way of thinking, where, basic things, racism is bad. Everybody, is a person. Let's still treat people like people. It's up to you to do that for your family. Even if it means going against your family. If your family's toxic and shit like that, then yeah, it's time to go against them. It's time to radiate, Leo. You guys are the sun. You're one of the most magnanimous signs there is. So it's time. We need y'all. We all need y'all. Okay. To radiate that. Damn it. That gorgeous Leo energy, to inspire people, because that's what you do. I always say with the fire signs, Aries is like a laser beam. Sagittarius is like the Milky Way, twinkling stars in darkness, right? They're a mixed grab bag of it. But Leos are like a fire pit that everybody likes to hang around with, and everybody likes to watch, and everybody has, feels warm and comforting around. That's the Leo energy that everybody loves. So try to get back into that. You know what I'm saying? That magnanimous energy you guys are really able to tap into. I see here it says, calling on the goddess for healing feminine energy. If you've been kind of stuck in your masculine sides a little bit and you're feminine, it's time to call on the goddess. Ego is a trip, and you've had a lot going on with your signs too, with all these planets and whatnot. So yeah, balance it out, y'all. Balance it out. I see a lot of masculine energy, so a lot of ego, a lot of opinions, and I'm logical. I'm more smarter than everybody. Got to kind of drop that a little bit. All right. Call on your feminine energy, your nurturing energy. Yes, people are allowed to have difference of opinions. If it's an opinion that's crap and you know that it's offensive, then maybe you need to evaluate whether you even want to be friends with that person anymore. Fairy magic. Respectfully work with the fairies and elements to achieve your goals. Definitely, I always say, if you're working with these energies, you got to be respectful of them. It's give and take. Been a big proponent of, taking trinkets out into the woods and leaving them out there for the fairies, hiding them in little, crevices and trees and things like that. not only is doing that respecting the Fae, you also become a light worker in a sense that you're putting out signs for other people. You go walking through the woods and you set up a little tiny trinket altar to the fairies somewhere. You never know who the next person walking through the woods and what they're going through and everything else. And when they stumble upon that, what will they think? What if a small child stumbles upon it? Will they think fairies were really there? You never know what kind of light to this world you can bring by doing some little things like that. All right. Philosopher's Stone, the powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. We all have access to the universe. It's just a matter of tapping into it. You do have the ability to do this. Now, the only problem is sometimes in the 3D, it is slow and it's sluggish. And the more you try to drive that energy down, it's kind of like, it's kind of like walking in water. You know what? First, you go from walking on, the boardwalk, which is really easy. And then you go from walking on sand, which is a little bit harder to walk through. And next thing you know, you're in the water. And that's even harder to walk through than the sand. It's just, but you can do it. And everybody does have access to these energies. Okay? Things are just slow right now. They will speed up, I promise. All right, Leos, I hope you like that. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, spank my bell, tell me that you like it, and I will holler at you later. Love y'all. Blessed be all those who walk those weird and windy paths with me. Catch you later. If you need readings or anything else, description.